All right, Toby, what's good?
I'm blessed, man. Here in Montreal, Osheaga. About to have a great time.
Looking forward to it. Have you done many Canadian festivals before?
Yeah, I was just here earlier this year for St. Therese, and I did Montreal Jazz Fest last year.
Nice. What is it about Montreal that keeps you coming back? Because it's just such a cool place, isn't it?
It's a cool place, man. Like everyone has like a unique kind of sense of fashion, which I like, and people are just expressing themselves, as unique as they can. At least that's what I could take from here. The food is amazing.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And yeah, I just feel like there's like a sense of freedom, you know what I mean? Like a free-spirited feel in Montreal.
It's true. You feel like you have to like up your fashion game when you come here.
That's a fact.
Do you know what you're going to be wearing on stage yet?
I do know what I'm wearing on stage, yeah. And it's stuff that I can move in, you know what I mean? And there's it's a bit of a statement piece too. You know what I'm saying? Like a literal statement piece.
Okay.
I'll keep it at that.
Yeah, looking forward to it. So
Absolutely.
let's talk about Elements Volume 1.
Yes, sir.
It's been a minute since you dropped that. Are you already working on the next project? And is it Elements Volume 2?
Okay, that's a good question. So the truth of the matter is, Elements Volume 1, while I was making another project, and I used some of the leftover songs to make Elements Volume 1. So I've been working on this album since 2019,
Wow.
this new album, and it's not out yet, but it's going to come out later this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that.
Absolutely.
I mean, Elements was such a versatile album. You were just going through so many different genres. Obviously the kind of Afro fusion on there, kind of more soulful stuff on there.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that what we're thinking for the next project as well?
There's definitely soulful elements on there. It's more so a rap hip hop album. You know what I mean? To speak to the versatility that I showed on Elements, we have versions of that on this album, but this album is produced all by the same producer. So it really is like a statement, a solid, a solid form statement. Yeah.
Amazing. Looking forward to it.
Absolutely, man. I can't wait for you guys to hear it because it's going to be amazing.
Yep. Let's talk about some of the collaborations you already have under your belt. So, everyone from The Game to Mickey Echo, Havaya Mighty, Mavi, Topaz Jones. Is there anyone else on your list that is like, or have you ever been close to collaborating with anyone else that just hasn't quite happened yet? Or is there anyone in the pipeline?
I mean, all I'm going to say is get Kendrick on the phone. You know what I'm saying?
He's around here somewhere.
Yeah. No, that's all I'm going to say. But, I've been so fortunate to collab with some of my favorite artists. All the people that you mentioned, they're artists that I listen to on my one. So, to be able to make music with them is beautiful. And, I definitely do have, a list of artists that I want to work with. And, Kendrick being at the top of that list, to be honest. So
yeah, absolutely. What's your go-to album right now that you're listening to, or do you have like a playlist that you're running right now?
Yeah, I do have a playlist right now. It's called Panic FM.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a playlist of music that inspired the album that I'm working on. And it's just full of soulful, joints. I'm listening to a lot of like 70s soul music. You know what I mean? Because we sampled a lot of music from that era on the album. So that's been drawing a lot of inspiration, too.
Yeah, where do you get your inspiration for those samples? And are people feeding those to you? Or are you hearing things? And, is it like family members or like that have had like, an old collection of music that you dive through? Like, where do you find them?
Yeah, so the producer that I've been working with, his name is Alex Goose. And, he just has such a vast musical knowledge, you know what I mean? So every time I get in the studio with him, he'll play me like all of these beautiful songs that I've never heard of before. And, we'll just see what kind of connects with us. We have a thing called the goosebump test. So if it elicits that reaction, we're like, okay, this is something that we should probably work on because it just feels good.
Yeah. What comes first for you, the lyrics or the beats?
For me, the lyrics comes first. Because I started out in poetry, writing spoken words. So, I'm always writing lyrics all day, even right now.
Do you keep them on your phone, just like in notes or whatever? Or?
Keep them on my phone.
Yeah.
If I just need to scribble it somewhere so I can get it for later on. And some are just lingering here all day. You know what I mean?
Who knows? Maybe this interview right now is triggering thoughts and lines and words. And
You might get some iHeartRadio bars coming soon.
Yes.
Yeah, man.
Watch this space. Let's talk about All Night Long.
Jeez.
Such a great song.
Thank you, bro.
You dropped the visualizer for that as well recently.
Absolutely.
Talk me through that song and what's it all about.
Yeah, so the artist on there, Topaz Jones, I was watching his visual album called Don't Go Telling Your Mama, and it was such a phenomenal watch, and it inspired me. So I think I reached out to him on Instagram, just, you know, showing some love and support. And then he had a show in LA, and I found it last minute, so I just decided to pull up to it. I met him after the show.
Wow.
And my producer was there, Alex Goose. So we're like, man, we got to get in the studio. And the song, I wanted to make a celebration record. You know, I wanted to make a song that, you know, you listen to it and it instantly puts you in a good mood and just like, just feel good, you know, and talk about some real things, but in an uplifting way. And that's how All Night Long came to be.
And released just in time for summer as well. It was like perfect timing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, shout out to the DJs that are playing it, for real.
Who's going to be joining you on stage today for your set?
So for the stage today, we're keeping it pretty light. It's going to be my man Nate, who DJs for me.
Cool.
And my man Nick Ferraro, and he plays guitar, saxophone, keys. He's nuts, man.
Isn't it annoying when people are that talented and you're like, how?
Bro, it's actually kind of nuts still. I don't know how he does it, but he just does his thing. And our synergy is just like this. That's like my brother. So, yeah, we're good.
Amazing. Well, we can't wait to see you perform live on stage here in Montreal.
Thank you so much, man. Y'all stay tuned. It's going to be a good time.